I'm Sharon.
I'm Derek.
And we're the
Poppells. I came back from an internship in New York City for my final semester of college and met Sharon at one of my friend's birthday parties.
And so I remember getting to the party and I had identified this really good-looking guy that I was targeting for the night. And unfortunately, my friend wanted him too, so I relinquished him. But then later on in the night, another good-looking guy showed up and said his name was Poppell. And I said, Papa, what do you mean? And he said, Poppell, that's my last name. I'm Derek.
Wait, I'm the second choice? Eventually, fast forward a couple of years, we moved back to Idaho with our own plan being to settle in, open a business, and kind of start life here in Idaho to be close to family. After waiting for about 15 months, it became apparent that career wasn't starting, it wasn't taking off. And so it kind of became a point in time where we said, we've got to take some next steps. Let's see where we go, and broadened our horizons as to where we would open up business. And that brought us to California. But after about 3 years, those itches started again of where do we go? You know, hearing about the additional money that could be made. And that's kind of where that passion for money started picking up is, well, what if we do this? We can make more money and we can start attaining more things.
I know when Derek first got the opportunity to go up into management, he decided to take the job and we moved to Bakersfield, California. And the money was great. I remember after we moved, there were bonuses for moving and bonuses for whatever it was, and the bank account grew, which was exciting. You know, you're at a point in your life where that's a huge sense of security, and you have kids and you have needs and wants. But after we got there, Derek started traveling and started not being around very much.
I missed my daughter's second birthday party. You know, I was supposed to be in the Bay Area working and ended up having to stay overnight. And that was kind of the moment where I went, what are we doing? The only thing that we're happy about right now is the size of our bank account. I don't enjoy being around my family. I don't enjoy being around my kids. This just doesn't feel like what we're supposed to be doing. And so that was a rough part of our life, taking that move that we planned. We know in our hearts we planned that, and ultimately feeling like we've made a big mistake. We chased the wrong thing. And so the day that I called my boss, I didn't tell Sharon that I was calling to kind of raise the white flag. I called and said, hey, here's kind of where I'm at and what I'm thinking, and I need to know what our options are. There were plenty of options, and there was an option right here in Boise where it was the opportunity to step back and focus on what we knew was the most important thing, which is the thing that we said we'd never give up, and that's our marriage and our kids, and making sure that no matter what it is that we're going through it together. And so it was that opportunity to say, it's not going to be the money this time.
When we came to Idaho, we had looked at a lot of houses and none of them really stuck out as the one. And the last house our realtor showed us was this beautiful house with over an acre, and it was a big house, and Derek just had so much vision for this home.
That's where we started to really take our own path again, where we started to talk about how much we could invest in the house and how much time and effort it would take to make it this perfect home. It was kind of a prideful decision. It was the visions of grandeur that we'd never be able to have this in California. It was kind of that little tugging of, hey, this could be for you. This could be a monument built to yourself.
About half a year ago, when the Our Time campaign started, we took a hard look at what we could give, but we knew that we couldn't get to that point without sacrificing in some areas. We looked at cutting out just general expenses, not shopping online as much and not shopping as much, period. After that, we still were saying, how do we make this work? What does this look like? And that was when we started to look at the house. And so in looking at the time and the money that the house was pulling from us, it started to feel almost like a ball and chain, like we were just a prisoner in our own home to the work and to the money that was involved in maintaining this house.
The questions that started creeping into the conversation for us was how do we make this much money and not ever have anything left over? And so when we started looking at it, the house always made sense because it was the thing that we had built up that was going to be. And so I don't think it's a problem to have the house, but when we started slicing that pie of time and deciding where our time was going and where our money was going, we identified that for us personally as, well, we've cut the places that we can. This is the thing that we haven't decided to slice. We're clutching on tight. And because of that, like Sharon said, we had become prisoners. We were enslaved to the house, and that's why it was so concerning. And that was the day where everything changed. It was, all right, let's start moving. We're going to put this thing on the market, and we don't know where we're going to go. And that was exhilarating and scary all at the same time, but it was all part of that. We know we've made the right decision. This is where we're supposed to be going. So even though we don't know the outcome, we know that we're going to be okay no matter how and where this shakes out.
You know, for me, it's easy to always think of God's provision as being this great, grand thing that He provides. And God's provision is so much more than that. He's providing for us in more ways than I can even go into, you know, in the ways that He's changed our marriage into trusting Him more, and that He's provided with a home again that we can host a community group with, and allowing us with the ability to say yes. You know, now we're not chained to this house that we have to maintain for us and our family of 4. We have time and resources available that we want to be able to invest in our family, and we want to be able to invest in others.
From the difference of where we've started and where we've come and where we've yet to go, just focusing on that freedom is just so amazing. So amazing.